guys, and welcome to another episode of BG Dub, Building Generational Wealth. This is your girl Mercedes C. Young, and today we're going to be talking about how I paid off $17,000 in credit card debt. All right, let me give y'all a little backstory real quick to make this concise about how I even acquired the debt. Long story short, I decided to move out to Los Angeles, California to become an actress. Which, the Lord has been, doing his thing with me. But after I graduated college, I went to LA and I just did not realize how expensive Los Angeles was. Like, I really underestimated how much it was. I went from paying $396 a month in Gainesville, Florida, go Gators, to paying $1,200 for a one-bedroom apartment super far out in the valley and no man's land, because I thought I was grown and I didn't want to have a roommate, because who does the roommates as an adult? Like, that's a college kid thing, not like an LA thing. That, and I didn't know anybody. So I had like a really low-paying job when I first got there. I was working at Swarovski Crystals, probably making like $12 an hour. Like, I don't even remember, to be honest with you. All I know is that the debt kept racking up. So I maxed out my Discover card. That's $5,000 right there. Like, and then I had my parents, they was trying to help me. And then at one point my dad, cause they agreed to both pay my rent for the first year that I was there, cause they didn't have to spend any money on my college tuition, cause I got a full scholarship. So that was the agreement. After the year was up, my dad was like, yeah, you're going to have to do something. I'm like, Dad, I don't know. If you don't help me, I'm probably going to end up being a stripper or selling drugs. Take your pick. So I was able to squeeze a couple more months of money out of him with that fable. Eventually, the credit card debt just kept piling up. Long story short, I'm $17,000 in the hole, and now, I've carried this debt on throughout years, and then finally I was like, okay, let me crack down and pay this money off. And I ended up paying off all of my credit card debt within a year, and here's how I did it. The first step that I did was to stay my behind home. Hey girl, you want to go out? No, I'm broke. Hey, you want to do? No, I'm broke. Let's just go out here and chill. No, I can't see that takes gas money to even get there. I'm broke. You need to learn how to say no. No is going to be your best friend. You just got to crack down and do this for yourself. Like, if you want to be debt free, you have to make a commitment to yourself to stop spending money that you don't need to be spending. All the pleasantries that you have, you can't afford that luxury because you're broke. And even if you have money in your bank account, you still broke because you owe somebody. Okay, and I didn't like that feeling. It was like modern day slavery. So once I got that concept, and once I stopped sparing people's feelings because I wanted to be there to hang out or whatever, then I was able to really crack down and save. So I didn't go anywhere for almost a year. I didn't do anything. I didn't go shopping. I dang on sure didn't eat out. Homegirl was definitely on food stamps, okay? Yes, I'm going to spend your government's money. Yes, I am. I did everything that I can think of to crunch numbers so that I can get out of debt. I took an analysis of all of my credit card debt. I wrote everything down. I wrote the payment dates. I wrote, and then I calculated my debt to income ratio. So I wrote out a list of how much debt I got. I wrote out a list of how much money I'm getting a month, and to see how much I can acquire to put on the credit card debt, right? I even picked up some extra jobs just to get from underneath this water. So after you do that, come up with a clear and concise repayment plan. I use Excel. Some people are different. I'll put like a little visual beside my head to show you what some more decorative looking ones, but I don't care about what decorations look like. I'm an Excel type of person, so I created this formula sheet with Excel to as a debt repayment plan, and every time that I would lower the price or whatever, it'll automatically reconfigure what my numbers are. So I'll try to find it and put the link below so that you guys can use that same sheet. It's a Google Doc sheet. So yeah, you find your debt to income ratio, find exactly how much you can pay pick up an extra job if you need to put more money towards that debt. I'm telling you, being debt free is like a beautiful thing. Granted, I'm not debt free right now, but I do have all of my credit card debt paid off, and I did this a couple years ago. And I pay currently when I do spend, and I'll do a whole nother video teaching you guys how to spend when it's time to spend. If I can't afford to buy it out of my pocket, I don't purchase it at all. I pay all of my credit cards off at the end of the month. I put a whole bunch of money, not a whole bunch, but I put stuff that I would have to buy anyway onto my credit cards, and I pay them all off at the end of the month because I want to continue to build my credit history. And that's really important too. When you guys finally do pay off these credit cards, do not close those accounts. You need those credit histories. You need the history of showing that you made on-time payments to continue to boost your credit. It's definitely helpful. And if you close those accounts, it's going to hurt you more so than anything. Oh, that's what I was going to tell y'all. Okay, so check this out. Pay off the little small stuff first, okay? If you got $200-$300, pay that off because it's play. That's one less thing you got to worry about. Cool beans. Then pay off the high interest rates credit cards first, okay? That's gonna help save you money long term in the long run, okay? But something that I don't hear a lot of people saying is, if you can, go get a personal loan so that you can consolidate all of your debt and just have it into one payment. It'll raise your credit rates back up, and then it'll just be better for your life. Like, if you can, go get a personal loan. Don't go get one like that's crazy interest rates, like the hard money loans. Don't do that. Don't do the loans that you gotta put your soul and lifeline and your blood on the line. Like, don't do that. But if you can go and get a consolidation loan or a personal loan so that you can consolidate and just have one monthly payment, do that, because that's going to be your best bet, okay? And it's going to relieve a lot of pressure from you, and then you'll just have one payment. You can hurry up and pay that off faster, and you have one interest rate to worry about. So yeah, those are some tips that you guys can do if you want to get out of debt. Now, the only reason why I'm not completely debt free right now is because I do own some investment property. So I owe about maybe $275,000 left on my duplex that I bought. I have a car note because, I mean, I can afford to pay my car off, but why would I spend that kind of money? Like, that just don't, and for me, I'm the type of person, I'll keep a car 1 or 2 years and then I'll get rid of it. And so I'll buy the car, I'll finance it, and I'll just get rid of it, and I'll pay the car off, and then I'll go get me something else. I just don't see myself putting down $30,000-$40,000 like cash onto a car. I'll finance it, it's fine. I think I only owe like 10 grand left on my Benz anyways. The second thing is, and the third thing is that I owe the IRS. Well, I started out owing them like $23,000, and now I only owe them like maybe 20 bands. And I think, but they have really ridiculous interest rates. I'm not gonna like rush to pay them off because it doesn't affect my personal credit. So they good. You know, they take the little money out my account every month, and y'all can just let it do what it do. But I am eventually gonna pay them off because the interest rates are really high, and I'm gonna end up spending more money in the long run. So yeah, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Building Generational Wealth. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll be back with y'all next week with another video.